some weather issues and stuff. How did it go?
Yeah, it was just had a little bit of trouble getting out of Colorado there, so I couldn't get in time. So appreciate you guys waiting.
You've been here before at this event. How do you kind of approach it, and what do you usually get out of it?
Yeah, this is an event that is always so fun to come to, and it's special to be here, and be surrounded by all these great players, and I always look forward to it for sure.
We were asking Matthew Chuck yesterday how he approaches this. It's a pretty fresh rivalry, some intense stuff that happened. Can you be able to just sort of let that go for the weekend, or how do you guys approach interacting with him this weekend?
Yeah, we're here to have a good time, honestly. Whatever's going on, it'll be settled. Definitely not at the All-Star game. So, just looking to have a good time and put on a good show for the fans.
Connor, obviously, this documentary that just came out. If you look at it like last April, could you have ever envisioned, at the time that you're going to be even in a fastest skater competition or skating of any kind?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's going to be lots made about that, but that was more of just to kind of show the process, and sometimes you need lots of opinions, and doctors don't always get it right the first time, and there's lots of different experts out there, and you got to use your resources and make the best choice for you. And I think all athletes need to understand that, and at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself, and the only one that's looking out for you is yourself, and the people that love you, and those are the people you got to lean on most in times like that.
Right now, do you feel as good as you ever have on the ice?
Yeah, I feel real good. I don't think I'd be sitting here at the All-Star game if I wasn't. So I feel good on the ice, and happy with how everything went.
Why was the decision made to keep everything so under wraps?
I think the main focus was just getting healthy. I didn't need any pressure of media. I didn't need any more questions. There was already lots of questions going on. So it was actually really nice just to be able to focus on myself and not have to answer questions and pressures of all the media and all the fans and stuff like that. So it was a different way to go about it. I understand obviously if some that rubbed some media the wrong way. I mean, it's not like we're trying to hide anything. And ultimately we didn't really know. Simply saying I don't know was the right answer, because we didn't know all the answers to all the questions, and it was a process that was always progressing and always moving. So there was no definitive answer at any given time.
Was there some time through this one where you really felt like this season that you're in right now was legitimately in jeopardy, and what did that kind of reality feel like for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously 22-year-old kid at the time, and you never want to miss a season, and you never want to go through a surgery that I'm not going to call it risky or anything like that, but there's lots of questions. It's not like it's an ACL where doctors can do that almost in their sleep. It's a PCL, and that's a surgery that only a few people can do, and it's not been real mastered. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a time where it was a question for sure.
Can you explain how it was explained to you in terms of the risk and the structure of your knee had you had it repaired surgically, and what that maybe could have meant for you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to watch the documentary too, so might answer some of your questions. But yeah, of course. To my understanding, it was obviously I'm not a doctor, but they take a piece out of somewhere else and they make it a new PCL and drill in some screws and hope it sticks. So obviously it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's a surgery that, like I said, I don't think is quite mastered, and it's not rarely seen. So
it sounds like the regimen you had to heal it was pretty intense. Just a sense of what your day-to-day was like and how hard that was.
Yeah, for sure. I had some of the smartest people in rehab around me. I had a guy living with me 3 or 4 days a week, and 5 days a week some days. I mean, it it was busy. You know, it was an everyday thing. It was first right when you wake up all the way to when you go to sleep type of thing, and that's what had to happen.
When did you think that this season was going to be possibly played? What point in the summertime, or was it just in September? In training camp, you thought things were good to go?
You know, again, I think it was always moving. I mean, you know, even when we showed up at training camp, we didn't know if I was going to play opening night. We didn't know if I was going to play 10 games in. You know, we had a pretty good idea that it wasn't going to be, you know, a 10, 15 game thing. But you know, like I said, it was always moving. You know, progression was always happening, and you know, if there was ever a time where we didn't see exactly what we wanted, we would, you know, pull back a little bit, and you know, it was definitely a long process.
Was there a significant breakthrough for you, whether it was your first game or where you sort of went, I know I'm good here?
You know, I think there was two or three real big things for me. I think one was the first time getting back on the ice. You know, I think that was a time when you know, even though I was wearing a big brace, I thought you know, still feel all right. And you know, another time is you know, in the summer, I think the day before I left for training camp, I was actually playing in a scrimmage with you know, guys from the gym, and you know, which I hadn't done all summer. So I think that was a big step for me. And then obviously playing in a real game. I think those are three huge steps that just made me feel better and better about it as we went on.
What did you learn about yourself going through all this?
Yeah, I mean, you learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's so many different. You know, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like you know, grinding it out, and but you got to do it. You know, those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you wanna feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then. Yeah, of course. You know, it's you know, especially early. You know, just we're having some success, and just to be on the ice and be a part of that, it was fun.
When you come to St. Louis as a big player compared to past years that you were earlier this season, is there a noticeable difference after the Stanley Cup and like just the atmosphere with the fans and everything?
Yeah, I think so for sure. You know, I mean, we only played here once, and it was, you know, the fans were into the game, and obviously you look around what's going on this weekend. You know, it's packed out there. Even though it's pretty cold, you know, fans are still coming out and supporting, and you know, I think the hockey bug has for sure hit St. Louis.
Connor, out of some of the other guys in the fastest skater, who do you feel is going to pose the greatest challenge?
You know, I think this year Chris Kreider. I mean, he's a guy that flies. Obviously, always Nathan McKinnon. He's such a good skater. Barzal is such a good skater, but you know, I think Kreider this year.
Ovi's about 200 goals away from Gretzky's record. Do you think he's got a legitimate shot to it?
I mean, it's impressive what he's doing. He just seems ageless, and you know, just keeps on scoring goals, and I don't see any reason he can't keep doing that. Yeah, I was actually always a big Sidney Crosby fan. So you know, obviously he was a guy that, you know, when you talk about Sid, you always had to talk about Ovechkin as well. So you know, definitely watched a lot of his game, and you know, have a tremendous amount of respect for what he's done and what he continues to do.
Speaking of Crosby, we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the Golden Goal. I know you were young back then. Did you remember watching it and what that was like?
Yeah, of course I remember that. I think any Canadian that watches hockey can tell you where they were. I was just with a group of teammates and just in someone's basement, and like anyone, when he scored, everyone jumps up and, you know, hugs each other, and you know, it was a special moment.
Just as nerve-wracking that basement as it probably was in that room.
I would say it was. I'm not sure quite the same level, but there's definitely some nerves. Yeah.
Connor, as you were going through the rehab process and you had kind of these weeks between getting the images on your knee, what was that like leading up to that? Did you ever have any like waver in your confidence at all that the path that you took might not work?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. You know, there'll be days where it doesn't feel that good going through that process, and you're like, you know, I wonder what the MRI is going to look like, and, you know, should we go back and should we just do the surgery and start over? And you know, but we just kept going on, and it just kept progressing, and you know, ultimately we didn't have to go the surgery route.
At what point did you know that it was going to work?
probably when I got to go back on the ice and like I said, even though I was in a big brace, it felt pretty good, and then it continued to progress from there.
Connor, are you ready to put the rivalry apart with Matthew Tkachuk and been playing with him during the weekend?
Yeah, we're just trying to have fun this weekend. It's a special weekend for everyone, and I want to put on a good show for the fans. And yeah.
You mentioned Sid. The fact that he was out for that long in his first game back, he's passing pucks to himself off the back of the net. As one of the elite players yourself, does it still amaze you that when he comes back as competitive and skilled as he is?
That was amazing. I mean, that was a highlight reel play for sure, and for him to miss some time like that and come back and put on that type of show and performance, it was really impressive.
We mentioned some of the other guys in the tournament. What can you say about Barzal and just the way he does it move around the ice?
Yeah, he flies. Honestly, he skates like the wind, and he's got real good hands, and he's definitely a player that's fun to watch, and I like watching him.